All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the campus of the Kansas City, Kansas Community College Blue Devils this afternoon. They dropped the first game of the three-game series this weekend yesterday, 6-4. We're back today for a doubleheader. First game is a scheduled seven-inning game. The second game is to be a nine-inning scheduled game. Little cooler today, still sunshiny today. A little bit of a breeze coming in from left field. Thank you for joining me. Going to take a short break. We'll get ready to get this thing going. Welcome, everyone. All right, welcome back, everyone. Going to try and run through the starting lineups before we get the anthem, just to stay away from the anthem getting us flagged for a copyright ding. The starting lineup for the Cougars: Tyler Jansen will be in left field, leading off. Batting second, the shortstop Hunter Alvord. Batting third, the catcher Aiden Hadley. Batting fourth in right field, Wyatt Yetter. Batting fifth, the third baseman Cesar Gomez. Batting sixth, the first baseman John Connors. Batting seventh in center field, Tate Blasey. Batting eighth, the designated hitter Cooper Tabor. Batting ninth, the second baseman Kyle Walker. And on the hill for the Barton Cougars today, Ethan Meinecker. So it'll be Jensen, Alfred, Hadley, Yetter, Gomez, Connors, Blasey, Tabor, Walker. For the KCK Blue Devils, leading off in center field, Brady Kern. Batting second, the shortstop Tanner Pachorik. Batting third, the first baseman Frankie Santiago. Batting cleanup in left field, Freddie Nolan the fourth. Batting fifth, the designated hitter Ian Woida. Batting sixth in right field, Marcus Dirks. Behind the plate and batting seventh, Braden Horn. Batting eighth, the third baseman Cade Perry. Batting ninth, Holden Finley, the second baseman, with Caleb Reed on the mound. So it'll be Kern, Pachorik, Santiago, Nolan the fourth, Woida, Dirks, Horn, Perry, Finley, and the coaches are out at four. Presenting the lineups to the umpires. We'll take a short break. We'll be back. Thanks for joining us. All right, welcome everyone for this afternoon's doubleheader of baseball. I want to thank you for joining us here on the campus of the Kansas City, Kansas Community College Blue Devils. Caleb Reed will be on the mound. He's from Olathe, Kansas, went to Olathe South High School. The defense behind him will be left to right across the outfield. Nolan the fourth, Kern, and Dirks. Across the infield from left to right is Perry, Pachorik, Finley, and Santiago. With Brady Horn behind the plate, the battery mate for Caleb Reed to get this thing going. Want to welcome back the Cougars of Barton. They won the first decision yesterday, 6-4. We'll be getting this one going here pretty quick. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. all this talking and there's no audio been going out there because I didn't have it on. Hey, there's a swing and a miss. You were able to see that first inning. I didn't get my mic turned on. Of course, some of you may just as well prefer that. Not sure. Hit change side, and that will kick it up to the bottom of the first inning and should clear everything else. Then at the end of the inning, you would hit the +1, and it would go back to the top for them. All right, so we get the strikeout. Sorry about not getting the mic turned on. I apologize for that, but sometimes you get old, you mess things up. Sometimes you mess things up when you're young. So we go to the bottom half of the first inning. On the mound for Barton is Meinecker. Meinecker is from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. He'll be on the mound to start the pitching duties for. That's not working so well right there. My cameras didn't like where I chose on that. Across the outfield, can't see it. It's not a wide enough spot back there. Across the outfield, Jansen, Blasey, Yetter, Gomez, Alvord, Walker, and at first base is Connors, I believe. And behind the plate is Hadley with Meinecker on the mound.
Leading off the center fielder, Brady Kern.
Brady Kern will start things off for the Blue Devils. Misses outside and high to Kern. Kern starts the day batting .385. So 2-0 the count now. That bother you there?
Not at all.
All right, 3-0 the count on Brady Kern. There's a strike inside half of the plate at the knees. So 3-1 the count on Kern as he leads things off here for the Blue Devils. That's a little bit low for ball 4. So the leadoff walk to Kern. That's going to bring up Pachorik. Pachorik will step in with a runner at first base and nobody out. Pachorik starts the day batting .441. First pitch to him is a strike. Oh, and 1 the count on the shortstop, Tanner Pachorik. That's outside. 1-1 the count. Runner at first base is Kern. Here with the leadoff walk.
Oh.
Ball headed deep down the left field line just a little bit early. Had the distance, had the longitude but not the latitude, or no, had the latitude, not the longitude. 1-2 the count. There's a high chopper on the infield. That's going to be a chopper infield hit for Tanner Pachorik. That's going to bring up Santiago. Santiago switch hitter, going to get a visit to the mound. Santiago will be up there on the right-handed side when we get back. We'll take a short little break here. We'll be back. All right, here we are. Words of knowledge has been imparted by the coach of the Barton Cougars. Here comes the pitch. That's a strike inside half of the plate on Frankie Santiago, the first baseman. He starts the day batting .231. I'd like to have a breakdown of how he bats left-handed versus right-handed, but I don't have those stats in front of me. There's a ball headed into left field. That's going to score one run right there, and the runner moves to third, so an RBI. The Blue Devils take a 1-0 lead on that base hit for an RBI, and Pachorik moves over to third. That's going to bring up Freddie Nolan the fourth. Nolan the fourth starts the day batting .296. He steps in with nobody out and runners at the corners. That's outside. Oh, excuse me. Catches the outside corner right there with that pitch, ladies and gentlemen. Nonetheless, it's ruled a strike. It's a strike. 0-1 the count. That's low and inside. Nolan the fourth starts the day batting .296. Not sure if I had said that or not. Ethan Meinecker on the mound. Bottom of the first inning. There's a strike, catches the inside corner at the knees. The strike zone is definitely bigger than it was yesterday. Not anything against anybody. That's just the way it is. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Going to toss over to first. Nothing going on over there. And just misses a bit. 2-2 the count now. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 on. Both team with 2 hits so far. That's up high. So from 0-2 to 3-2. Sunshiny day, a bit cool, much cooler than it was yesterday. Ball 4, low and outside. So that base on balls is going to load things up. That's going to bring up Ian Woida.
Number 48, Ian Woida.
Going to get a visit to the mound. Now, the first visit. Did he cross the line? Did his first visit count as a visit? Because he stopped right here and did talk, and not sure if there's nobody warming up, so he does not have to make a change here. So when we come back, the bases are going to be loaded with nobody out. Blue Devils with a 1-0 lead. We'll be back. Well, we're going to get the pitching change, and as you can see, or as you can hear, you haven't had the volume. I'm going to have to do a better job with that.
It is now.
Somebody coming, yes. Thank you very much. That's what happens. In 4 days, I turned 68, so I knew something was going to go a few days before. Thanks, guys. All right, I've got to do a better job with some of my buttons here, but the pitching change has been made. Andrew McCarthy from Gardner, Kansas, will take over to face the 10th hitter of this inning. That misses for a ball. Kern is from Lawrence, Kansas. 1-0, the count on him, fouls that one away. So runners now at first and second. 5 runs on 4 hits so far here in the inning. 2 down low, 2 on. There's a strike outside half of the plate at the knees. Kern at the plate. A line drive, did a nice job protecting the plate. Rips a line drive right at Connor for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Blue Devils, here in the bottom of the inning, they get 5 runs on 4 hits. We go to the top of the 2nd inning, the +1 there. It should go back to top of 2. So we'll be back. I'll try and do a better job with my microphone. Thanks for joining me and putting up with me. Sometimes when you push the button, as I'm talking live again. Sometimes you push the button for a camera and it doesn't go there, and sometimes you don't even turn the microphone back on for yourself, so that's the way it can kind of go. Mark, thank you so much for helping with the scoreboard. I know the fans out there, Jeff and all of them, Jeff Woida, who helps set up a lot of this stuff that we do with the away games even. Appreciate all of you a whole bunch.
Jerry, you're very welcome. Glad to help.
All right, so Connors, Blasey, and Tabor will be scheduled up. Reed back for another inning of work. First pitch looked pretty good up here. Breaking across must have been ruled low, so 1-0 the count on Connors. Connors, the first baseman today. He starts the day batting .250 and promptly hits a fly ball just a few steps to his right. Our left is Freddie Nolan, the fourth for the first out of the inning.
Number 6, Tate Blasey.
That's going to bring up the center fielder, Tate Blasey. He steps in with one out and nobody on. Fouls that first pitch back to the screen. Blasey starts the day batting .235. 0-1 the count on him. Top of the second inning action. One out. Foul ball back to the screen. So 2 pitches, 2 foul balls, 2 strikes on the center fielder, Tate Blasey. Breaking ball, backhand side. Perry picks it up. Long throw and still gets him. So Perry has it drop out of his glove. He doesn't panic. Picks it up with the bare hand, which is important. Rifles that over to Santiago for the 5-3 ground out.
Number 3, Cooper Tabor.
That's going to bring up Tabor. Cooper Tabor. He's batting .625 on the year. That pitch catches the outside corner at the knees. 0-1 the count. Swing and a miss of that pitch, so quickly 0-2 on the designated hitter, Cooper Tabor. Just a little bit outside. Tough to lay off that one right there, but he did. 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss, blocked. Going to throw it down to first for the final out of the inning. So 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second. Blue Devils leading 5-0. We'll be back. All right, Pachorik, Santiago, and Nolan scheduled up for the Blue Devils. There's a strike called. Pachorik is from Aurora, Colorado. Had a base hit his first time up. Down in the count, there's strike 2. Down in the count with 2 strikes, his first at bat, and he hits a high chopper for an infield base hit toward Gomez down at third. Way outside and back to the screen. 1-2 the count. Tanner Pachorik, the shortstop. Foul ball. Down to the turf and back off to his side. 1-2 the count. Foul ball backing out of play. That ball's headed over to the soccer field. And outside. 2-2 the count now. Pachorik leading off the bottom of the second inning for the Blue Devils. The ball grabbed by Gomez and over to Connors for the 5-3 ground out. Santiago will move over to the left-handed side with the reliever McCarthy coming in.
Number 26, Frankie Santiago.
Santiago is from Calle, Puerto Rico. Won the count. There's a strike at the knees, a heater right down the middle. Misses outside, 1-2. It's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the first baseman, Frankie Santiago. Inside. 3-2 the count. Ball headed into deep right field. On the run is Yetter, and he catches up to it for the second out of the inning. So Santiago sends Yetter, the right fielder, deep, but that is caught. Be Freddie Nolan, the fourth, will step in. Nolan, the fourth, is from Fort Worth, Texas. He'll be up there with 2 outs and nobody on. Strike called, catches the outside corner. Breaking pitch. Called a strike. A little bit further outside. Ball on that particular spot. 1-1 the count. That bender catches the inside. Slider just slides enough. 1-2 the count. That's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the second inning. A lot of twos going on, except for that 5 of which KCK leads the Cougars. Ooh, just a little bit low. That was close. 3-2 the count now. Comes the stretch and the 3-2 from McCarthy, and that's too far outside. So the 2-out walk issued to Nolan the fourth. And that's going to bring up Woida.
48, Ian Woida.
Woida will step in with runner at first base and 2 outs. Woida is from Lincoln, Nebraska. He went to St. Pius X High School up there. Out in front of that one, chops it foul over toward the third base dugout. 0-1 the count on Woida. He lined out to Connors at first base his first time up. Runner goes and is going to be out at second base. So Santiago is caught stealing for the third out of the inning. So unconventional 3 up, 3 down with the caught stealing. We go to the top of the third inning. Blue Devils leading 5-0. I'll be back. Sorry, I got too many screens going on here, and if I'm messing with one of the screens and it's not over on the cameras, I can't choose a different camera, so I get a little behind sometimes. 0-1 the count. This is Walker at the plate. Strike called, so strike 2. Trying to get back to my stat spot so I can see. Swing and a miss on Walker there, and he strikes out.
Left fielder Tyler Jansen.
So that's going to bring up Jansen. Jansen will step in after that strikeout of Walker. There's ball 1. Jansen is from Olathe, Kansas. He went to Olathe North High School. That's high and outside for ball 2. He reached on a base on balls his first time up. There's a strike right through there. Nolan the fourth, Kernan Dirks left to right across the outfield. Perry Pachorik, Finley, and Santiago left to right across the infield with Horn behind the plate and big, tall righty Caleb Reed on the mound. There's strike two called. 2-2 the count. Was visiting with Caleb before the game, said, my hair used to be red, now it's as white as can be. And he said, well, I hope mine doesn't fall out like yours did. And I said, thanks a lot, Caleb. So we'll do the 2-2 again after that one's fouled back to the screen by Tyler Jansen. Just a little bit outside. 3-2 the count. Top of the third inning action. KCK Community Blue Devil. Just a little bit down. 1 out walk issued.
For 16, Hunter Albert.
That'll bring up Albert. Albert is from McPherson, Kansas. Catches the outside corner with that first pitch. Albert is the shortstop. He hit into a 5-4-3 double play his first time up. Toss over to first base. Not much going on over there. 0-1 the count on Alvord. Just a little bit up. The zone by this umpire is not a tall zone. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. There's a bender that gets in the outside half of the plate above the knees for a strike call. The count now. Toss over to first, back in safely is Jensen. Runner goes. That's going to be popped up and out of play. So Jensen will have to come back. And we'll do the 1-2 again. Another toss to first, nothing going on. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. It's going to bring up Hadley.
Catcher, Aiden Hadley.
Hadley is another one of the Canada recruits for the Cougars. He's from Langley, British Columbia, Canada. Their other Canadian player is from Manitoba. Hadley had a base hit into left field his first time up. There's a strike. Catches the outside corner at the knees. Two outs. Top of the third inning action. Toss over to first. Nothing going on over there. Just misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at first base is Jensen. The 1 out was a strikeout by Alvord. That ball's outside. 2-1 the count. Aiden Hadley at the plate. He's the catcher for the Cougars. Runner goes. Stolen base by Jansen. Three and one the count. Swing and a miss. Brings the count full. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second base. Blue Devils lead by 5. There's strike 3 called. Not sure where he thought that was. Thought it was going to be low, but nonetheless, 4 up, 3 down. Had a walk sandwiched around 3 strikeouts. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Blue Devils leading 5-0. I'll be back. All right, to the bottom of the 3rd we go. Blue Devils leading 5-0. We found out yesterday that 5 runs was not enough, so we need to get some more and continue the good outing. So Boyd is going to be back up there. Boyd is from Lincoln, Nebraska. He hit a line drive at Connors. His first time up, he leads things off after the caught stealing of Santiago in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Thatton's inside. That pitch was inside. Did I just say Thatton was inside? Holy cow. I think the redneck just came out of me. Here comes the 1-1. That ball catches the outside corner. That's sweeping out there pretty wide, but nonetheless, if you're going to hit that pitch, you're going to have to slap it down the right field line. 1-2 the count. And comes back with a pitch a little lower down there and gets him swinging. So Voided down on strikes. That's going to bring up Dirks. Dirks is from Kansas City, Missouri. He's up there with 1 out, nobody on. There's a breaking ball, catches the outside corner at the knees. So McCarthy throwing some strikes since he came in. That's down low. Only 1 runner is faced since McCarthy came in. Reached base, I should say. There's a ground ball headed at the second baseman, Walker. He's up over to Connor at first base for the 4-3 ground out. It's going to bring up Horn. Horn is from Derby, Kansas. He'll step in with 2 outs and nobody on. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. There's a strike called, 0-1 the count. Strikeout and a ground out here in the bottom of the third for the Blue Devils. Way outside. Missed it a little bit low. It's a good thing that Braden has some high knees on that one right there. 2 balls and a strike. Glad to see that you're watching the game, Mr. Smith. His son played here. Think I've got the name straight. Thanks for watching. 3-2 the count now. And just catches the front of his knee. It was a hit by pitch. It wasn't ball 4, was it?
Well, wasn't it a full count?
It may have been.
But
I
still,
just
I
thought
think
it
it hit
got
him,
his
yes.
knee. Yeah. I'm not sure if that was a hit by a pitch or a base on balls, but nonetheless, he's going to go down to first base, and that's going to bring up
We got a runner.
Cade Perry, and there is a runner on first. That is absolutely right. First pitch misses inside to Perry. Perry is from Omaha, Nebraska. 1-0 the count on him. He popped out on an infield fly to the second baseman, Walker, his first time up. That's up a little bit high for ball 2. Braden Horn down at first. 2 outs. There's a wild pitch all the way back to the screen, and Horn will move down to second. So now a little better opportunity with 2 outs to have that runner in scoring position. 3-0 the count, though, on the third baseman, Cade Perry. Strike called inside corner. 3-1 the count. Blue Devils with a 5-0 lead here. There's another pitch at the knees outside corner. So from 3-0 to 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second base. And that's ball 4. So a strikeout and a ground out, a hit by pitch, and a base on balls. Just like that, Finley will come up. Finley had a base hit for 2 RBI his first time up. Finley is from Topeka, Kansas. 2 RBI on his base hit in the first inning. There's a strike right down the middle for a strike called. Comes the 0-1 from McCarthy. Catches the outside corner.
That's not a strike. That was on the white.
Now, that may have been outside the white, but nonetheless ruled a strike, and he calls it there most of the time.
He has been.
So 0-2 the count.
White of the batter's box.
That one is outside.
Sorry, but that one was more of a strike than the last fastball.
1-2 now. And hit by a pitch. Nothing you hate anymore as a pitcher is to have 2 strikes on the batter and then hit him.
Center fielder Brady Kern.
So Brady Kern will step in back to the top of the order. Kern will be up there with 2 outs and runners at first and second base. He walked in the first, lined out to Connors at first base as the last out in the first. We had 10 hitters reach the plate that inning. There's strike 1, 0-1 the count. Bases loaded. There's a ball headed into the gap. Just curled enough, back slicing back over to right field for Yetter to get to it. Put a good charge in it, but comes up empty. We go to the top of the 4th inning. We've made it halfway through this one. Blue Devils leading 5-0. We'll be back. All right, to the top of the 4th we go. Yetter is up, and he takes outside for ball 1. Now, come on, guys, that was further outside than the other one. There's a strike right through there. That's a strike on that one. But I did think that other one was wide. Yes, I do. 1 strike. Swing and a miss of that pitch. I have my theories about why that corner is wider, and what I think it is it's the height of the umpire. He can't see it as well as a taller umpire, therefore it's either going to be wider or it's going to be tighter.
Sure.
And it is. I'm not a big fan of the phrase, it is what it is, but it is. So there's a foul ball, 1-2 the count. Yetter, Gomez, and Connors scheduled up. Another foul ball. Off the bat, off the catcher, and back to the screen. Swing and fouls that one back. Yetter is from Omaha, Nebraska. Went to Roncalli. Stays alive with that foul ball. He had a base hit his first time up over toward third base. Swing and a check, swing and off the glove of the catcher Horn. He throws it down to Santiago for the strikeout.
Number 13, Cesar Gomez.
That's going to bring up Gomez. Gomez is from Elkhart, Kansas. He struck out his first time up. He takes a strike. 0-1 the count. Top of the fourth inning, excellent. 7-inning scheduled game. Blue Devils lead by 5. That's going to be a bender that catches the outside corner. 0-2 the count. We haven't made it over 100 viewers today. We did yesterday. We're at 93 right now.
There you
I
go.
appreciate all of you. There's a ball headed for the jungle. Might stay in the soccer complex over to the first base side. 0-2 the count. A little bit low. 1-2 the count. Gomez, the first baseman, he struck out his first time. Check swing ruled a ball in the dirt, nicely blocked by the catcher, Horn. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's a ball headed into left field. That's going to fall in front of Nolan, the fourth. So a 1-out hit to left field by Gomez.
21, John Connors.
It's going to bring up Connors. Connors is from Frankfort, Illinois. Went to Lincoln Way East High School. There's a strike right through there, strike called. He flew out to left field to Nolan, the fourth, his first time up. Ball breaks inside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. There's a hit by a pitch.
Center fielder, Tate Blasey.
It's going to bring up Blasey. Blasey is from Wichita, Kansas. Went to Bishop Carroll High School. There's a strike. Fastball outside half of the plate at the knees. There's a bunt that's down, fielded by Reed and down to first, so the sacrifice bunt by Blasey moves the runners to second and third.
DH, Cooper Tabor.
It's going to bring up Tabor. Check swing, ruled a strike. 0-1 the count. Tabor struck out his first time up. Tabor is from Andover, Kansas, went to Andover Central. Swing and a miss so quickly, 0-2 on Tabor. Matt Buffington player and catcher here from a couple of years ago, went down to Florida to play ball, is from Andover, and there's the swing and a miss for the strikeout. So we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Blue Devils leading 5-0. I'll be back.
Shortstop, Tanner Paciorek.
All right, to the bottom of the fourth inning we go. Tanner Paciorek will lead things off here in the fourth for the Blue Devils. McCarthy back for another inning of work for the Cougars. That ball misses for a ball. Want to know the count on Tanner Paciorek. There's a strike. That's about as tall a strike as you'll get out of this umpire right there. Paciorek is 1 for 2. He had a infield in the first and a ground out to the third baseman. There's a ball headed into right field. Tanner hustling in case that ball does come down to the ground, but Yetter keeps that from happening, and Paciorek is out on a fly. Yetter in right field. That's going to bring up Santiago. Santiago is 1 for 2 at an RBI base hit in the first inning. There's a strike called at the belt outside half of the plate. 0-1 the count on the first baseman, Frankie Santiago. That's low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Swing and a miss at the high heater. I was just thinking the first pitch was the outside half of the plate. He did not offer, and I was thinking, man, if that was any closer to the middle, he'd have taken a rip. Well, that's where that pitch right there was. That's outside. 2-2 the count. Still cool, but still in Kansas City, Kansas, on the campus of the Kansas City Community College Blue Devils baseball team. And a swing and a miss of the fastball on the inside half of the plate. Santiago goes down for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up Nolan the fourth. He has walked twice today. He'll step in with 2 outs and nobody on. That's up high for ball 1, 1-0 the count. inside. 2-0 the count. Low and inside, 3-0 the count. He may have the hat trick of walks here, unless I just jinxed him. I'm guessing he's taken all the way here. 3-0. There's a strike called. Maybe just a little bit expanded in strike zone there. Close enough for a strike call. 3-1 the count. There's ball 4.
There you go.
So the trifecta of walks, and that's going to bring up Woida. Ian Woida. He had a base hit into left field through the hole between short and third, then struck out in his second attempt. So an RBI base hit, 1 for 2 on the day so far for Woida. There's a breaking ball, catches the outside half of the plate. 0-1 the count.
Oh,
He's going to be safe at second base. That's going to be an error on the throw of Gomez, and it pulled Walker out into left field.
Right fielder Marcus Dirks.
So that's going to bring up Dirks. Going to get a visit. Actually, Coach just wants to check with him about that, and I believe definitely that the call was correct. So Dirks will step in. He had a base hit for an RBI up the middle, won his first at bat, and grounded out his second at bat. So 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI for the right fielder, Marcus Dirks. There's a hit by pitch. So that'll bring Horn to the plate.
Catcher Braden Horn.
Horn's been hit by a pitch twice so far in this one. I'd much rather see him get something on the outfield grass right here. Bases full of Blue Devils. 2 down. There's a breaking ball right across the inside part of the plate. A nice pitch right there by McCarthy. There's strike 2. It's a ground ball headed up the middle. Going to be out at second base. So Alvord goes up the middle to get that ball and tosses it back to Walker on a really tight play there for the final out of the inning. So the Blue Devils get some base runners, but couldn't get any of them across all after 2 outs. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Blue Devils leading 5-0. All right, Walker, Jensen, and Alvord scheduled up for the Cougars. Caleb Reed back for another inning of work. The 5th inning action. Just misses a little bit outside. I don't have a theory as to why that pitch isn't a strike when it's the same spot on the right-handed batter. It's not. There's a ball headed into shallow left field. And that's taken care of by the center fielder, Brady Kern.
I think that's a little bit of how the blue lines up, where he sets up on the plate.
Could be.
Number 11, Tyler Jansen.
So that'll bring up Jansen. Jansen may be looking for the trifecta, the hat trick for walks right here. Hopefully not. That misses low and outside. He walked in the first and walked in the third. Had a stolen base in the third. There's a swing and a foul ball into the glove of Horn. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Just a little bit low. 2-1 the count. Want to remind everyone, like and subscribe, please. It helps the channel. There's a strike right through there. Between my Harrisonville High School football and KCK baseball, have a little over 2,000 subscribers. Three and 2 the count. The ground ball. Santiago's over to get that and underhands over to Caleb, trying to cover Caleb Reed. I didn't see, did they rule that an error?
I did not see.
I'm from my book. Would you guys rule that? Error. E3. Runner moves then to second base, and you're talking on the hit, not just the move up, correct? One and 0 the count. There's a strike, catches the outside corner. The ball headed deep into left field. Nolan retreats about 7 or 8 steps, grabs it, tosses it back in for the second out of the inning.
Catcher, Aiden Hadley.
It's going to bring up Hadley. Hadley's had a base hit and a strikeout looking. 1-0 the count to him. Foul ball back and out of play.
Yeah, Jerry, anything hit out to left field with the wind blowing in the way it is, I think it's just going to hold it up.
It's going to kill it,
It's a pretty
as
stiff.
it did in that one, yep. And anything down the line, it's going to help it just a little bit on that short porch in the right or left field, but the right field for sure. 1-2 the count. and position rightfully so. They've got Nolan the fourth. They've got him in a little bit. Brady is playing in center's playing pretty short as well. There's a swing and a miss for the strikeout to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Blue Devils lead 5-0. I'll be back. All right, here we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Pitching change, Jackson McWilliams from Edmond, Oklahoma. Cade Perry. We'll look at him first. And strike two called quickly, 0-2 the count. Cade's been out on an infield fly to second base and walked his two at-bats. He will take his first look at the Submariner. There's a ball headed down the right field line. That's going to be into the bullpen or further out. Cade Perry, the third baseman at the plate. That's way low and inside. 1-2 the count. Jensen, Blasey, Yetter across the outfield. Gomez, Alvord, Walker, Connors across the infield with Hatley behind the plate. Andrew McCarthy came in and threw 4 1/3 innings, gave up no runs or hits.
Ooh.
There's a ball headed deep to left, but still, it's going to be
Wind
tough
just
to
holds
get
it.
one out there today. Jensen goes back and takes care of that for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Holden Finley. He's been hit by a pitch and had a 2 RBI base hit as the 9th hitter in that first inning, so drove in 2 of those 5 runs. He takes strike 1 from McWilliams. Comes the 0-1, breaks across but inside. I don't think you see as many Submariners left-handed as you do right-handed.
Now
Oh, nice bunt. Oh,
Little bit too hard. It looked like it was going to be. That's a nice job by Gomez because I don't think he was in tight, so did a nice
wasn't.
job. So just a little bit too hard on that bunt from Finley. So back to the top of the order, Brady Kern. Kern takes low and inside, ball one. Kern's 0 for 2, had a walk, hit a line drive at the first baseman, and flew out to right field, takes a strike. 1-1 the count. 2 down here in the bottom of the fifth. That ball I thought was a little down. I think Brady would agree with me. Nonetheless, ruled a strike. 1-2 the count. Low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Blue Devils 2 innings away from finishing this one here. Pretty good looking pitch right there. Catcher had him rung up. Pitcher was thinking ring up. Umpire thought otherwise. So 3-2 the count on the center fielder, Brady Kern. High chopper at Gomez. Gomez grabs it, shoots it over to first. Connors with the short hop pick to help out Gomez. And we go to the top of the 6th inning. Blue Devils leading 5-0. All right, here we go. Yetter, Gomez, and Connors scheduled up for the Cougars. Yetter has a base hit and a strikeout. He takes ball one. Misses inside, ball two. Caleb Reed back for his 6th inning of work in this one. There's a strike on the outside corner. Nolan the fourth, Kern and Dirks left to right across the outfield. Perry, Pachorik, Finley, and Santiago across the infield. Horn behind the plate. Reed gone all the way so far. That ball misses just a little bit outside. 3-1 the count on Wyatt Yetter. just a little bit foul. Down the third baseline, a little half-hearted, go over and take care of that ball, bounced out of the glove of Perry. Cade Perry at third. So full count as Yetter leads off the sixth inning for the Cougars, and he promptly misses that one for a strikeout.
Third baseman Cesar Gomez.
So that's 8 strikeouts for Reed. Gomez steps in. He's had a strikeout and a base hit. Takes a strike called on that first pitch, inside corner called. Breaking ball makes it back down to the zone. Again, that's about the top edge that you'll get out of this guy.
Well, Reed's really fluid today.
He's been in a decent rhythm.
Yes.
He hasn't seemed to overthrow.
Mm-mm.
1-2 the count. He's given up 3 hits. It's easy to, not easy, but it's a little easier to stay in a rhythm when you don't have to stretch. You can keep your timing the same when you're in the wind most of the time. Just up a little bit high. 2-2 the count. Ooh, breaking ball catches the inside corner, makes it back and sits him down. So that's going to bring up Connors.
First baseman John Connors.
Connors been out on a fly ball to left field and hit by a pitch in this one. Blue Devils set up to play him to pull on the infield and straight up on the outfield, and a line drive to left field for a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Blue Devils and Caleb Reed on the mound. So we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Blue Devils leading by 5. I'll be back. All right, Paciorek will lead things off for the Blue Devils here. Pachorik has 2 triples on the year to have the most triples for the Blue Devils. There's a fair ball headed down into that corner. He had 2 doubles before that pitch, and now he has 3. So a double down into the corner. So that's going to bring up Santiago. So Santiago comes back to the right-handed side here to face the lefty Submariner with nobody out and a runner at, second base. That ball's down just a little bit low. Kind of sawed him off right there. And going to be an infield hit for Santiago. You know, tomorrow in the paper, that's going to look like a frozen rope that he hit right there.
Right on.
And instead, it was a little popper and not a chance to get anybody there. So now runners at the corners, and that's going to bring up Nolan the 4th. Nobody out, runners at the corners. That's down a little bit low. Nolan leads the club with 10 RBIs on the season. That misses outside. There's one right down the middle from the Submariner. McWilliams. 2-1 the count. Blue Devils leading 5-0, threatening here with runners at the corners and nobody out in the 6th. That ball catches the inside corner. So from 2-0 to 2-2. Nolan the 4th looking at several pitches. There's a throw over to first base. Nothing going on over there. Nolan the 4th has 3 walks so far in this one. There's a base hit stroked into the gap in right center. That's going to score 1. Going to be extra bases. Yes, a double. So an RBI double into the right center gap by Nolan the 4th.
Number 48, Ian Woida.
That's going to bring up Woida. Woida has a base hit, a strikeout, and reached on an error by the third baseman. Ooh, my, that ball's outside, but nonetheless ruled a strike. You know, the only thing is I don't get to overrule him. I don't get to touch the top of my head, and they look at it either. There's a swing and a miss of that second pitch. So now he needs to shorten up, try and get something in play to the right side. Infield in tight for the Cougars. Just a little bit low and outside, 1-2 the count. See if he can shorten up and just put something in play to the right side. At least they're in tight where you've got a chance to get something by them. That's outside. So 2-2 the count to Ian Woida. That's outside. 3-2 the count, so 0-2 to 3-2. is Wojda. Strike 3 called, just catches the inside corner. Be curious to know just what the speed was on that ball. He came across there pretty quick. That's going to bring up Dirks. Marcus Dirks, the right fielder. Swing and a miss of that pitch. 0-1 the count. There's a high chopper going to be taken, and that's going to be an infield hit. Nothing to the discredit of Connors, but Connors is coming in. It's a little bit of a high chopper. The second baseman is there, but the way Pachorik runs, it is an infield hit.
Dirks.
Dirks, thank you. That's going to bring up Horn. Horn's been hit by a pitch twice and grounded into a fielder's choice. There's strike called inside half of the plate. Yep, we've had a double, a single, a double, a strikeout, and a single. Oh, and 1 the count. Runners at the corners. Runner goes, going to fake the throw. So Dirks ends up down at second base. 0-2 the count. Now 2 runners in scoring position for Horn. There's a ball headed to deep left field. Is that enough to get to the wall? Actually, not knocked it down, but 2 runs are going to score on the double. The left fielder, Jansen, was headed back deep, but because of the breeze coming in, made that one hard to play, and that's going to end up being a 2 RBI double.
23 Kate Perry.
Going to get a visit to the mound, probably a pitching change. Yes, it is going to be a pitching change. We'll be back after that change. Stay with us. 5. All right, we've had a pitching change. We had a little bit of a debate up here getting things figured out. It is 9-0 now, so I have not gotten the change of the pitcher for Barton. We'll get his number as soon as we can here.
Number 17.
Number 17, thank you. That's Aiden Medina from Aurora, Colorado. There's a base hit into left field by Perry. Going to hold him up at third. And it's a good thing that ball gets by the cutoff man. Otherwise, we're going to have an out at third.
Aiden Medina.
So Perry with the RBI base hit. That's going to bring up Holden Finley. Aiden Medina on in relief. Breaking ball comes back across the strike zone for a called strike. Finley 1 for 2 on the day. Had an RBI double in the first, hit by a pitch in the third, and a bunt ground out in the fifth. That ball is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Each team with 1 error. Runners at second and third. Finley at the plate. There's a ball headed into left field. Is it going to get over the head? Over the head of the left fielder. And that should be the ball game there at the end of the 6th because of the 10th run. If you can go ahead and give us the 10th run. I'm not sure if there's a way on there to do that, but the Blue Devils take the first one 10-0 in 6 innings. They'll take about 20 to 30 minutes. We'll reload, and we'll get this thing ready to go again. Thanks for watching and joining. Join us again for the second game. We'll be back in about 30 minutes. Go to that second tab and get ready for the second game. The Blue Devils take this first one 10-0 in 6. I'll be back.